Can you hear Josie in the background?
Yep.
She home?
Yeah.
Preparing live. Meeting is streaming live. Hey, Laura, how you doing?
Hey, Deb. Happy Wednesday. Happy snowy Wednesday. How are you today?
Doing great. Doing great.
That's good. We have an exciting show today. I just can't wait. It's going to be awesome. But I want to tell most of you people, some of you people are brand new on our site here, and we're so excited to have you. But let me just tell you a little bit about us. The name of our site is For the Health and Wellness of You. Debbie and I started this when the pandemic started because we felt that we needed to do something to help people when they were home to make themselves, to make themselves think about what they could do to make themselves better so they're not bored and they can learn about different things. And we have had so many amazing people on here. And I encourage you to come on Wednesdays and see our guests. And Debbie and I do a show on our own on Fridays at 12 o'clock. And it's always a different subject, and it's always something that you can learn from. And the thing about it is, Debbie and I learned from it too. So we're really excited about that. And so if anybody's new, welcome, and we're happy to have you. And if you have any comments, don't forget to put them on there, and we'll get back to you on that. With that, Debbie, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay, thanks, Laura. Well, I have to say, I agree with you. And, we claim to be no experts by far on anything that we discuss and talk about. We're all learning from each other. And that's another reason why we bring people on, because we feel bringing people on is helping us share with you and be able to give you some of the, nuggets that are going to help you move forward. And, this year it's been Reset 2021. And so many people need the encouragement, and they also need the education, and they also need just to know that they can do it, and they're like everybody else. So today we're very excited because, we've been able to tap into getting some more young men on this. And I'm excited to actually introduce Tony Pape here. I've known Tony just as he was born. Okay. I've known him for many, many years, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm really excited to see about where he's went in his life, the things that he's done, the education he has, he's an education, he's a teacher. He has a bachelor's degree in music education from Western Illinois. He also has a master's degree, or I'm sorry, he's a bachelor's degree there in music, but he has his master's degree in educational technology leadership from Concordia. Okay. So he currently teaches music and choir, but he's a father. He has, he's married, and he has a beautiful daughter. And what's really cool about Tony is he's taken a really, really a Christian stance on his health and wellness and what he does for his family, and he takes care of himself, and he's part of a group called F3Nation. And F3Nation is so incredible because these men work out together and they focus on all kinds of things, and through this, Tony has been able to make some really significant changes in his own person. So, but with all that being said, I just want to bring Tony on and say, Tony, we're really glad that you took time out of your schedule to be with us today, and love to hear all about what you've accomplished, what you're doing, and how other people can get involved. Okay,
yeah,
so
sure.
showing it, taking it, send it to you. Okay.
Thank you so much. Right. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, so I like Debbie said, I am a member, or what we would call a PAX of F3Nation. So the three F's of F3 stand for fitness, fellowship, and faith. That is more of a small letter F than it is a capital F. There is no specific God of F3. So what we would say is the fitness is taking care of yourself. The fellowship is the friendship that holds us together as a group. And then the faith is how we give back to our communities, our families, and to our own spirituality. So F3 was founded in 2011, New Year's Day, 2011. So this is our 10th year in existence. And it was started in North Carolina by a man named David Redding and another group of guys out there. And in F3, we kind of do away with our own identity, and we're given an F3 name, a separate name that we go by in the group. So when I refer to our founder, I'll refer to him as Dread. That's what he goes by in F3 instead of David Redding. Exactly, D Red, right? Dread. So my F3 name is Brick, and your F3 name is usually not supposed to be very flattering. It's a way that we can kind of poke fun at you and allow you to humble yourself a little bit. So everybody says Brick sounds like a really cool name. For those of you who need to know, I'm named after the dumb guy from Anchorman, is how I got my name. So even though Brick might sound a little cool, it is definitely a way to take me down a notch. So basically, the principles of F3 are that it's open to all men. We meet outside, rain or shine, hot or cold, and I mean hot or cold. It is free. It is always free. You will never be asked to pay for anything as a member of F3. It ends in a circle of trust, which I will talk about in a little bit. And what's our fifth principle? Free, open to all men, held outside, rain or shine, ends in a circle of trust. I don't know. I'll figure out what the fifth one is as we go through. But and that's where we go. If and as we go through, if anybody's really interested and wants to find out more, you can go to f3nation.com and all of these things are up there for you. So our mission statement is, let me read it to you directly, is to plant, grow, and serve small workout groups for men for the invigoration of male community leadership. So really, what we do is we get you out there in the morning and we get you working out with a small group. Never really more than 18 to 20 people is kind of our rule. And when we say open to all men, we mean literally all men. In F3 Geneva, where I'm currently the most active, our youngest active member is 19 and our oldest is 67. So all men. And so the style of workout we do is a boot camp style of workout. So it's a lot of calisthenics. It's a lot of body weight work. And if we do want to add a little extra to our workout in terms of weight, we use a cinder block, but because you're getting a little extra, we refer to that as a coupon. So as an organization, we've got a lot of fun, goofy words and everything that we use along the way. So the typical F3 experience is that somebody you know, or maybe through this podcast or whatever, will invite you out. And we usually meet before the sun comes up. So, as Debbie said, I am a dad. I do have a career. My wife owns a small business. I am an incredibly busy person. So we kind of play to that. So the F3 workouts in Geneva start at 5:15 a.m. And that's pretty typical for all of the regions across the country. When you get there at 5:15, we do a quick warm up and then we're right after it and you're moving for 45 minutes straight. So at 6 o'clock, we'll call it, but you are not going to stop moving. So for example, on Saturday, a good friend of mine held his first workout that he is leading. That's the fifth principle. It is peer led. There is no coach in F3. So there we go. That's our fifth principle. So a friend of mine led his first workout, and to put in perspective, the 45 minutes were 100 burpees, 200 sit-ups, 300 squats, 200 burpees, or 200 sit-ups, 100 squats. And then you were doing that with a partner. So you're splitting those reps up. And while one partner was doing those exercises, the other partner was running a quarter mile. So we covered, each of us did in the vicinity of around 450 reps each and ran about 3.25 miles in that time. So you're really moving. But again, it's all based on your body weight and your own level of fitness. So one of the big things we get in F3 is, well, that sounds great, but I'd like to join when I'm a little bit in better shape, right? I need to be in better shape before I come out do that. Well, it kind of seems dumb that you need to get in good shape before you come out and get in good shape. And that's kind of what we say to people in the process. And so we have a concept in F3 we refer to as pick up the six. The six is the guy in the back, right? Cover your six is cover your rear. And so it doesn't matter who you are and what your pace is, you will never, ever finish alone as a member of F3. So if you are, we've had guys show up and they're well in their 300 pounds, right? And in terrible shape, and we get them through the workout. You will finish and you will not finish alone. And it blows my mind every time that we have guys who show up and you see them walk over and sometimes vomit next to their car on the way out. And you think to yourself, I will never see that guy again. And undoubtedly you'll see him again within a couple of days. There's something that's addictive and there's something that's inherently macho about what we do. And I think that that's part of the problem that we're solving as an organization, is giving men the opportunity to be men and be around other men. So in the book that kind of explains everything we do is called Free to Lead. It was written by Dredd. And one of the things when they started this, they didn't know what they were starting. I mean, it was really just a group of guys who were working out, and they kept expanding and kept expanding. And then they realized that there's this problem in men in America and worldwide. We refer to it as sad clown syndrome. We call people sad clowns. And that is the epitome of the working father, man, whatever. You have your responsibilities. You have your family to take care of. You have your kids. You've got a boss that's riding you every day. You haven't hung out with friends in a meaningful way in a long way. Most of your friends might be your wife's friends' husbands. And that type of scenario. And so you put on a big smile because that's what you know you have to do because you're a brave man and you've got to do that every day. But you're like the sad clown with all his makeup on and going about and juggling and making other people feel happy. But deep down inside, there's something missing. There's a sense of adventure. And so through F3, we're really looking to find those sad clowns and give them this back. So as I said before, every workout ends in a circle of trust. And so that circle of trust is where the leader gives a quick message at the end of their workout. So this could be, it could be religious. It could be a poem. It could be their personal story. It could simply be a challenge to the group, or it could be a call out to another group member on something that they think is positive or negative. And this allows us as men to kind of break some of those barriers in terms of speaking about our feelings or dealing with some of our issues that we like to hide from the world. And so that's what the circle of trust does. But all of that kind of falls within that first F, right? That fitness part. Second F, we end every workout. There's coffee available to the men to go to afterwards. Usually we go to a local place, but currently with COVID, we have been standing outside and drinking coffee, either outside of coffee places or we'll bring an urn out or whatever we're doing and sit out and do that. But when things are going well, we go to ball games together, or we do bar crawls, or we have our families out together and go to the zoo or barbecues and all that stuff. And it is a social group that way. Think of your parents or grandparents generation, the Moose Lodge or something like that. It's very much that type of community, except we're based around fitness instead of maybe typical Moose Lodge or whatever activities of sitting around drinking or gambling or whatever. And we don't do too much of that. And then that last piece is that third F. So we have a book that, again, was put out by Dredd. It's called the Q Source. And it's a leadership manual, and it's more of a leadership manual than it is a religious manual. And it kind of talks about getting right with yourself, leading others correctly, and then what is your legacy going to be as a man. I know this is a whole lot of information, but I just want to kind of bring you through everything as thoroughly as possible. But then as well, we do a lot of money raising for charity. We take care of our own F3 Naperville, which is a group that I've been part of for most of the time for the past 2 years, is a 501c3, and we donate all kinds of money to all different kinds of causes. We've had, at this point, sadly, a few of our brothers have died from various reasons over the past couple years, and their families have been hooked up with financial planning, or in the cases of one of our packs who had doing things like getting college funds and stuff set up for them to make sure they're taken care of that way. And when my daughter was born, I showed up, a couple days later after getting a little bit of sleep, and the guys were there and they had a gift card for me for diapers. And, when I first started, you guys might have gathered by now that Lori's my mom, but when I first started, she had a pretty terrible surgery go bad the week I started. And I didn't really know these men that well, but I was checked in on every day and looked after that way. So that's that third F piece. So gentlemen, if you are looking for not only a way to get healthy, but a way to have friends again, I really challenge you to go to F3Nation.com and look for a workout in your area. We're all over the state of Illinois. We're all over the country, and you will not be turned away for any reason, no matter what age you are, no matter what health you're in, no matter what your circumstances. So take the challenge and come out and see us.
Wow, sounds great. Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. I have to say, I have my pen and paper here, and I haven't had any question because you covered everything so eloquently, better than anybody could. I do want to say one thing. I want to make a comment. I want to say I see how this makes you a better person in everything you do. It doesn't matter what it is, and whether it's a single person or a family man or a business owner, it's a good foundation that kind of clears your head. But what a great way to have like a group of people that can support each other, and if you guys can, as you grow and as you do more and more and it catches on, it's just going to make the world a better place for a lot of people that had no idea. So I'm going to say, everybody, please, who's watching this, share this. We're going to share this information, throughout all our places. At the end, I always go and copy it over to my YouTube, and then Tony can grab it from there. And, we asked Tony if you could go ahead and just put any of those pieces of information that you did mention, the book, all the different things, in the comments after it's been shared, so that people could go back and look, and you may find a couple people asking you a few questions, maybe two and stuff. But Laura, what else do you want to add to that? Because how proud you are of him.
I am a proud mom. I've always been a proud mom. Tony's always put 150% what he did. But the thing is that he mentors the people, and you couldn't answer that better. He's a great dad, and great dad, and great husband, and he's a great son. But Tony, I am so glad you got involved in this group. I think it's done a lot for you, and I think it's done a lot for a lot of your friends that you have brought on. And I know you have a couple of friends that were kind of leery about doing it, and they finally came, and we just love it. So with that, I just want to say thanks again for taking the time to come out and talk to us, Tony, about this. And do you have anything else to say, Tony?
Oh, like I said, just check it out, and don't be afraid. So I know that there's all ages that are watching this, and sometimes it's a boon as a younger guy to say that I do this and to pull younger men. But I think sometimes, as you get older, you see a guy in his 30s telling you to come out and do something crazy in the morning, and you think to yourself and you say, well, I did that when I was in my 30s. I can't do that now. I'm in my 40s, 50s, 60s. I would say that I am one of the youngest men in the group that I do this with. And this morning I was passed by a guy who's in his mid 50s, and he's definitely in a lot better shape than even I am. And he wasn't always that way. So gentlemen of all ages, please come hang out with us. And again, the beauty of this group is that your identity is at home is kind of your identity at home, and your identity as part of the group is your identity as part of the group. And so we have men of literally every socioeconomic status, of every race, of every creed. And in that spot, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a minimum wage worker or if you're a partner at a law firm. And I watched literally that scenario this morning. Two men partner up and work through a workout together. And there is no barrier there in terms of who we are outside of that. We're all there for the same reason, and we're all there to get better. So please come see us, and reach out to Debbie and Lori if you want to get a hold of me, and I'll do my best to get you hooked up with a workout in your area.
Thank you so much.
With that, Tone, we know Tone's got to get back to school here. Right? I know he's got to go back to work. We appreciate that you took the time out. We're so excited. And again, everybody, just, we were very thankful that you were on here with us, Tone. Okay. And let's just close out and say, everybody make it a great day, and follow his information and share this. Okay.
Reset 2021.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
All right, take care, guys. I'd see you.
Bye.
Bye.